Welcome to News USA Today, where we bring you the latest in trending news about America. If you are new to our channel, please hit the subscription button and turn on the bell icon to get our latest updates. The House Ways and Means Committee voted Tuesday to make 6 years of former President Donald Trump's tax returns public, potentially ending years of speculation about what they might reveal about his business dealings and personal wealth. The panel voted along party lines to make the returns available, and information could be available as soon as Wednesday, the day the House January 6 committee is set to issue its final report on the riot at the U.S. Capitol, which will be the final days of Democratic control of Congress before Republicans take over the House in January. Later Tuesday, the committee released a 29-page report summarizing its investigation into an IRS policy that mandates audits of returns filed by presidents and vice presidents. The committee found that the IRS had largely not followed its own internal requirement, only beginning to examine Trump's returns after the panel inquired about the process. Just 1 year of Trump's returns while in office was selected for the mandatory review, and the audit was not complete by the time he left the White House, according to the report. A separate 39-page report from the Joint Committee on Taxation, or JCT, released Tuesday night included summaries from Trump's personal tax forms and business entities. For example, in 2019, the last year that the committee obtained records, Trump appeared to owe nothing in taxes, according to the JCT report. That was thanks to Trump claiming $15 million in business losses, which resulted in him having negative $4 million in adjusted gross income. Trump then claimed a $5 million refund, the report says. The committee report listed several overarching issues it believed the IRS should have investigated but did not. For example, Trump claimed large cash donations to charities, but the report said the IRS did not verify them. Additionally, Trump's tax filings were large and complicated, but the IRS did not assign experts to work on the audit at the request of the then-president's lawyer, who argued including more agents could compromise the confidentiality of the documents. Representative Brendan Boyle, Democrat, Pennsylvania, said the more detailed returns will likely be made public later this week. The actual returns themselves will also be transmitted to the full House and become public, but I was told it will take a few days to a week in order to redact some info that needs to be redacted, Boyle said. Ways and Means Committee Chairman Richard Neal, Democrat, Massachusetts, said Trump's returns were subject to scant oversight by the IRS, even though all presidents are supposed to be subject to automatic audits. For all practical purposes, the research that was done as it relates to the mandatory audit program was non-existent. The tax forms were really never audited, and only my sending a letter at one point prompted sort of a rear-view response, Neal said during a news conference after the vote. Neal has proposed legislation to codify the mandatory audit policy into law, which House Speaker Nancy Pelosi praised in a statement Tuesday. The Ways and Means Committee's report makes clear the legislative steps that must now be taken to guard the public trust, and we will move swiftly to advance Chairman Richard Neal's legislation requiring the Internal Revenue Service to conduct an annual audit of the president's finances, Pelosi said. The Ways and Means Committee had spent hours in a closed-door session before taking the vote. Representative Kevin Brady, Republican, Texas, the ranking member, criticized the Democrats' move and said committee members did not know exactly what we are releasing when they voted. The move to release Trump's tax records could spark threats of some sort of retaliation from Republicans, who have already vowed to launch probing investigations into President Joe Biden and his family. Some Republicans have already accused Neal of seeking the returns solely for political reasons. Neal defended the vote immediately afterward. This was not about being punitive, it was not about malicious, and there were no leaks from the committee, he said. We adhered carefully to the law. Brady told reporters ahead of the meeting that Democrats were pushing an unprecedented action that will jeopardize the right of every American to be protected from political targeting by Congress. No party in Congress should hold that power. It is the power to embarrass, harass or destroy a private citizen through disclosure of their tax returns, Brady said. Trump was the first president to refuse to make his tax returns public since the 1970s. Neal had maintained he needed to review the returns for policy, not politics. The IRS has a policy of auditing the tax returns of all sitting presidents and vice presidents, yet little is known about the effectiveness of this program. On behalf of the American people, the Ways and Means Committee must determine if that policy is being followed, and, if so, whether these audits are conducted fully and appropriately. In order to fairly make that determination, we must obtain President Trump's tax returns and review whether the IRS is carrying out its responsibilities, Neal said in a statement in April 2019. But Trump's battle to keep the returns out of the committee's hands dragged on for so long that the panel now has little time to act. The returns were turned over at the end of November after the Supreme Court refused Trump's request to take action. Trump bashed the High Court on social media after the ruling. The Supreme Court has lost its honor, prestige, and standing, and has become nothing more than a political body, with our country paying the price, he wrote on his platform Truth Social. While tax returns are confidential under federal law, there are some exceptions, including when the chair of the Ways and Means Committee requests them. Thank you for watching. Smash that like button, leave a comment if you enjoyed watching, and share the video on your social media. Please follow and subscribe to News USA Today, and hit that notification icon.